Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Empire Builder Taking the Summer Off. Big topic that's been coming up, emails and questions. And, last week, AJ came home from school, finished school on Thursday, had a really good year. And he starts talking about, taking the summer off. What is he going to do? Really happy that he doesn't have to study and read and do things. And, we hated to break his bubble a little bit, but we sat him down and we talked to him that we still expect and demand that he practices his reading and his math on a weekly basis throughout the summer. And he was completely like, why? Obviously, why do I need to do this? I've just been doing it all year. And, we are big believers in, and you have to be consistent. You have to train consistently and to be successful in things. And it reminds me of a time when I first started graduate school. The first year I was a little undecided on things, on whether to become an optometrist or not, go into basketball and coaching. I had a great opportunity to go coach out west, out in the Pac-10. And the first year I decided I was going to play some semi-pro basketball while I was in graduate school, go to school during the day, play basketball on the weekends, and later on did not do any studying or any work. And I figured I was smart enough to pull it off and see how it went for that first year. I'm going to tell you, it failed miserably. Okay. I almost got thrown out during my first year of graduate school for poor grades. I had to go there and explain to them why. They were like, well, we don't understand this. You have a great resume. You're always doing really well. And what happened? I explained to them that I did not put the work in. So I had to make a decision on putting the work in to stay in graduate school, become an optometrist, a doctor, and helping people, and put that basketball dream that was still lingering from years before on the back burner. So thank you, everyone, for your shares and your emails and your texts. Please share this out. It's been an incredible response to things, and the shares are really growing. And this topic has actually come up by numerous people in the past couple of weeks about what my routine becomes in the summer. And, based on AJ's story and my story in the past of learning, I've realized I haven't become where I am, and the companies haven't been built this way for John and I by taking the summers off. You got to build your life to the point of where the summer is the same as any other month. Okay, you got to live every day to its fullest. You have to work every day at your goals, and just do it, on a consistent basis. So, I'm not saying college is for everyone. This does come up a lot too. I get a lot of messages and emails about this, and that's a different topic we will talk about. Not what we're talking about. We're talking about taking the summer off, checking out, whether it's school, whether it's your job, whether it's work, your habits, just calling it for a couple of months, okay? And it's not something that I believe. And the reason why is it's about your work ethic. You're trying to build a consistent work ethic, right? You can't just do it, turn it on and turn it off. It does not work that way, okay? Even the greats, whether it's in business, the most successful business owners, the most successful athletes, actors, actresses, the people that are at the top of their game in whatever business they're in, an industry, they are consistent in what they are doing, okay? And that's the hardest thing about this. You cannot not just check out, because I'm going to tell you, you can't turn it back on just whenever you want, okay? So the reasons I am a fan of not checking out, working hard, time management and planning is really, really important. So And when I talked to AJ about this, I'm a fan of homework. It's really going to set some people off. Okay, I'm a fan of homework, not busy work, not hours and hours and hours, but children and myself. I need to always be working on my time management and my planning, my weekly schedule. If you get out of that routine, then you let things go. And it's one thing you let go and another thing you let go. And then you start to disappoint, not only yourself. I have other people around me I cannot disappoint. So first thing, definitely part of that work ethic is time management and planning. I would say second has to be my priorities. What are your priorities for your business and for your life? And for me, I know my priorities each week are geared around educating and revenue. Okay, it's teaching others and helping others, and revenue-based items that I need to be working on. Everything else I could delegate out. I have built it to a point, and I want to get it scaled to an even bigger point where we could delegate the certain tasks to people that could help you and take those skills to the next level on their own. Okay, because they're better than that than I am. So I would say third is the independent problem solving. And whether it's for kids, AJ, for homework, he's got to learn how to get through things. He's got to work through things himself. Life is not just this big roller coaster, right? You just get on and you go for a ride and that's it. He needs to think independently. And it will help him later on when we're in our jobs, right? Because we're all working on projects ourselves, and you need to set yourself apart, right? You need to come up with ideas that no one else is coming up with. Because if you're just following everyone else, you're going to get the same results. And that's not what we're looking for, obviously. So thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate your time, everybody, for checking in for this episode of Empire Builder and taking the summer off. And your shares, your messages, your comments, I really, really appreciate them. And we've just, talked about work ethic, and whether it's for children and AJ for school in the summertime and homework and keeping up with things, or for me keeping up at work. Anybody trying to improve, you can't just check out. You can't take time off and months off, and we talked about time management, planning a little bit, and priorities, what they are for you, and independent problem solving. I would say the next thing for me would be, I just feel you need to practice and reinforce skills. Whether it's my medical skills over the years, I've seen so many patients in the first 15 when I was on the schedule that I was getting better and better at things because I was doing them consistently. I was always improving, tweaking things, fine-tuning them, right? And that training and mastery comes in any industry. Okay, so you got to get really good at a skill, be better than anyone else, put that effort out there to set yourself apart. And once you have that skill, well, that allows you to take it to the next level and start bringing other people on. Okay, so I would say last is, especially for children, you don't just get to do what you want to do. Okay, we're trying to teach them when they're younger in small skill sets that if I gave him candy or ice cream every time he wanted it, what am I teaching them? Okay? I'm not teaching him anything. Okay? I am trying to let him know that he needs to work for things, to make things special, to enjoy those special moments. But if I'm giving him and this entitlement stuff and all that other stuff, that's not what we're going after, right? We're trying for the top 1%. Okay? We're trying to build children and future generations to set themselves apart and not be like everybody else, not depend on everybody else, to be independent. So that's where the true success comes from doing the hard stuff. We've all had things that we're sitting there saying, I do not want to do this right now, this week. Do you think when I started this a year and a half ago, I've told you I've been anti-social media for years, and do you know what it was to hit the button for play or record or go live on Facebook? I could not, and I played sports, I'd given talks. I played hoops in front of 16,000 people at one point. But I'm going to tell you, hitting that button where everybody could see you, it was a big, big thing. And it's by doing the hard stuff that makes you truly successful. So again, I really appreciate everybody's time. Thank you for your emails and comments and your shares. Please share this out. please keep things coming over the summer because I want to help people. I want to answer your questions. If I cannot, we're going to start talking about bringing some guests on in the upcoming weeks probably onto either here or our Uppercut page to answer financial questions, legal questions, insurance questions. We're going to start to add some more value to what we're doing here to help you, okay, get those questions answered. So I want you guys to go build your empire. Have a great week. Thank you so much. Take care.